Recently, me and another full-time producer friend of mine were having a conversation about what if we got started today? What would be some things that we would do? What would be some choices that we would make? And more importantly, what would be some gear that we would choose? We started listing off different things that we would probably purchase if we were just starting out, and I realized how inexpensive a lot of this stuff is. And inexpensive is pretty relative, but I mean, we're talking less than $300 here. So this video is going to be your first production setup for under $300. Let's go. Now, I want to give a clarification here. This is not going to include a computer. This video is kind of assuming that you have some sort of computer, whether it's like a cheaper laptop or maybe you got a MacBook for school. And also, as a disclaimer, this collection doesn't really work with like iPad recording setups or iPhone recording setups. Though you can use some of those things in conjunction with what we're going to talk about, it's not necessarily optimized for iPad and iPhone recording connectivity. So with all that out of the way, the first place we're going to start is the microphone. And the microphone that I would suggest for this is the Audio-Technica AT2020. The AT2020 comes in at around $100 new or $80 used. This is a cardioid microphone, great for recording voices, guitars, any kind of acoustic instruments, as well as putting up in a room for like gang vocals or recording percussion. It also has a very low noise floor, which is very important for when you're recording, because as you turn the gain up to get more recording volume, that noise floor is going to come up as well. So you don't want to hear the static and general air around you. You want to try and get as low of a noise floor as possible. It also has a very high SPL, which stands for sound pressure level. So not only can this record an acoustic guitar, percussion, or a voice, but you can also stick it in front of something super loud like a guitar amp. Or if you want to scream into this, you also can. Now, if you look in the description for the link to buy this mic, I've actually found you a fantastic deal that not only comes with the microphone, but also comes with a pop filter and 2 cables that you can use to actually hook everything up. That bundle keeps us at the $100 mark while getting us extra stuff. And also, if you look right below that, you're going to see the link to the microphone stand that is $17. So now we're at $117 total. We have a mic, a pop filter, cables that we need to hook up the mic, and a stand to put the mic on so that we can do things like record vocals and record guitars. So now that we have something to record into, we need a way to get the audio from this microphone into the computer. And for that, we're going to need something called an audio interface. And the audio interface I'm going to suggest is the Scarlett Solo Mark. The Scarlett Solo comes in at about $120. It has a XLR input and a 1/4 inch input for recording DI guitars. It's got a headphone out with a direct monitoring switch so that you can actually hear what you're recording through the interface without going through your software. But the main reason that I want to go with this interface rather than something a little more expensive is that this specific one comes with a lot of extra stuff to get you started. You get things like addictive drums and addictive keys from XLN Audio, auto-tune access for vocal tuning, Relab XL480, which is based on the classic Lexicon reverb module, 2 different guitar amps from Softtube, a 3-month Splice subscription, which is how you're going to get all of your samples that you're going to want to use for production. It comes with a 3-month option for Pro Tools, or my personal favorite DAW, Ableton Live Lite. Ableton Live is a fantastic DAW that is used all across the music industry and, more importantly, by a lot of people here on YouTube. So it's easy to find really good tutorials on how to learn the system. Ableton Live Lite limits you to 8 audio tracks and 8 MIDI tracks, which if you're just starting out is plenty for you to use. And it comes with some free samples and free instruments for you to use as well. Now, buying the Scarlett Solo is going to be $120 brand new. Or you can go on somewhere like reverb.com and find it for under $100. But a disclaimer, When you're looking for this used, you want to make sure that it comes with all of the software bundled with the interface. You do not want just the interface. You want to make sure that you're getting all of the software that comes with a brand new model. So now we've got our microphone ready to sing into, our interface ready to connect to our mic to get our audio from our mic to our computer. We've got our digital audio workstation ready to receive the audio from our interface and record into. And inside that, we can edit, manipulate, mix, add other effects or samples to it to start creating songs. Now, how are we going to hear all of this? You can just work with your speakers built into your computer, but I would actually suggest getting an incredible pair of headphones. I have a couple different pair of headphones here, but the ones that I would probably suggest for you are the Sony MDR 7506s. These Sony headphones come in at about $80 brand new. They do a great job of isolating the sound that you're hearing while you're recording so that you don't get any bleed into the microphone, and the microphone is just picking up your voice rather than picking up the playback and your voice. Having that isolation is really, really key to getting really well recorded vocals and instruments. But also, those headphones are just gonna sound better than the speakers on your computer. It'll give you a better reference for when you're producing, editing, and making mixing decisions. Now, why would I suggest picking a pair of headphones over maybe a set of speakers? Well, firstly, you're gonna jump in price from $80 to upwards of $400 at a low level. And price is definitely the biggest factor here, but when speakers come into play, you also have to have a room to work in them. And not only do you wanna have a room, but you also wanna have a well-treated room. Like, see, I have these acoustic panels and I have those all around my room, making this room a little more isolated and treated and not getting crazy weird reflections all over the place, and my microphone picking all of that up. So that's even more money on top of getting really great speakers. Especially if you're just starting out and trying to learn how to produce well, I think having headphones makes you more mobile and also keeps the cost down for you so that you can get to making music rather than trying to save up a bunch of money to buy something. Let's start adding things up here. Firstly, we have our microphone. Now, I told you there's a link in the description to a bundle that is $100 that comes with some extra stuff like cables and pop filters. So we're gonna add that first. That is $100. We're gonna round up from 99 to 100. And then we're gonna add our microphone stand. That's $17. So we're at $117 now. Then we're gonna go to our interface. Our interface is brand new, $120. I went on reverb.com and found a listing for $93.99 that is a B-stock listing that comes with all of the software that you get with a brand new one. So we're gonna go with that one at $93.99. That puts us at $210.99. And lastly, we're gonna get our headphones, which is $80 brand new. You could probably find a listing on Reverb that's cheaper, but I really want to get brand new headphones to make sure that they are pristine and not messed up. There's no cabling issues or anything like that. And now with everything outside of the computer, with mic, interface, software to record into, and our headphones to hear and work with, we are at $290.99, which is incredibly well priced and very, very easily attainable for anybody just working, even a part-time job, to start saving up some money a little bit at a time and start purchasing these things as you go. And if I had to purchase these things in any specific order, I would probably save up and get the interface and all of my software first. That way I can get started with at least making the music side and producing the beat side of things, rather than having to wait on that last. Then I'd probably get the headphones so I could hear a little better and work in more places and not disturb other people. And then lastly, I would get my mic and my mic stand so that I can start recording voices, recording guitars, recording percussion, all sorts of different things, and then dive hard into the production world. The craziest part about this under $300 system is that not only will it get you started, but you can also grow with it. You can start replacing things. Let's say you want a new interface. All of your other stuff still works with that interface. You still get to keep all of the software and you can change that out. Let's say you want a new microphone and you want to upgrade from the AT2020 to maybe something like this Shure SM7B here. This microphone will work with that exact setup that I described. It's a huge upgrading possibility that will grow with you as you grow as a producer. Now, if you think Ableton Live Lite might be too limiting for you, I think it would be perfect for a beginner. But if you're not so sure, I have a video right here where I go through every single version of Ableton Live 11 and break down all of the stuff that it comes with and who I think it's best for. So if that's your thought, I think you need to check out this video right here.